Good afternoon, brothers and sisters.
Good afternoon, bro. Good afternoon, brother Cabuslay.
Let me read a story. You're having a breakfast with your family. Your daughter knocks over a cup of coffee under your business shirt. You have no control over what just happened. But what happens next will be determined by how you react. You curse. You harshly scold your daughter for knocking the cup over. She breaks down in tears. After scolding her, you turn to your wife and you criticize. Why did you put the cup on the edge of the table? And then a short verbal battle follows. You storm upstairs and you change your shirt. Back downstairs and you find out your daughter has been too busy crying to finish her breakfast and getting ready to go to school. She missed the bus. Your spouse must leave immediately for work. You rush to the car and drive your daughter to school. Because you are late, you drive 14 miles per hour in a 30 mph speed zone. After a 15-minute delay and throwing $60 for the traffic fine away, you arrive at school. Your daughter runs into the building without saying goodbye. After arriving at the office 20 minutes late, you realize you forgot your briefcase. Your day has started terrible. As it continues, it seems to get worse and worse. You look forward to coming home. When you arrive home, you found a small wedge in your relationship with your spouse and with your daughter. Alright, brothers and sisters, our topic for today is the Christian family. This is talk number 7. The purpose of this talk is to emphasize the importance of Christian family and to build a strong Christian family. But what is family? According to our history, to our social studies, a family is the smallest unit of a society, right? But what's going on with our families right now? The family is under attack from any fronts. Marriages are being broken, and the traditional definition of family is being challenged. In this country, abortion is legal, divorce is legal, same-sex marriage is legal. We want to face up to this kind of attacks and come out with our families intact and even stronger. We need to prevent the breaking up of families and make our marriages more resilient. For this, we need to put God's plan into our families to make our marriage work, to make a better family. But what are God's plan for the family? Number 1, it's the transmission of life. So in the beginning, God created man in His likeness and His image. And He told the man that He created, go out and multiply. As a family, not just an individual producing babies. So we need to transmit the lives, and then we nurture that life and raise it as a family. Next, family is the first school. Who taught us how to grow? Or who helped us how to walk? It's our parents, right? It started in the family. Who taught us how to shave? That's another story. But family is our first school. And family, our own family, is the first school of our kids. That's where we teach the values and how to become leaders. And family is a domestic church. We as parents, especially the husbands, we are the priest in our family. Our main goal is to make our family holy, to make our wife holy, to make our kids holy. But why God's plan for the family is not happening? God has lost His central place in the family. Why? Because there's so much technologies, right? Gadgets are flying around. iPad, iMac, iPhone, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo DS, whatever kinds of gadget we can tell. And we as parents, we strive to provide a living for our family. The husbands especially don't have time for the family. They just, when they wake up in the morning, I do, just change clothes, eat my breakfast, go to office, go home late. The next day the same, go to the office early, come home late, so on and so forth. 5 days a week. And then what do we do during weekends? This is the best time that we mingle with our own family. Bring our kids here, right? If we don't do that, what happens? We stay home, I go to my computer, browse the internet, Amazon.com, my wife, playing with the Sister Raka's Viber. The kids, they are in their own room, playing computer, online games. We are guilty. But as what we all say, we are all a work in progress. And family itself is losing its importance. That's what I'm saying. We give more importance to the material stuff. Because we have dreams. We have dreams to have a family live in a good way, or to live that American dream that everybody's talking about. And when we have that, and when we think of that, we lose focus on our family, and that's work, 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 and work. Again, the pace of modern life is very fast. We try to catch up with other families. Oh, one family just bought, just like what Sister said earlier, a new Mercedes-Benz or a new car. Oh, we need to catch up. We need to buy. Oh, we already paid off our car, so it's now time to buy again another car. So those kind of stuff. And then an external force, which is family, is under attack. What are these attacks? These are the influences, especially in with our kids. We are not with them 5 days a week. They're at school. The influence of the school is now stronger than our influence. The influence of their friends are stronger than ours. If we tell them stories about how we grew up, how we worked when we were kids, how we were trying to make ends meet, I always do that. And you know what happens? My kids will just continue my story. And then, blah, 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 and you do this, and you went to the church, and you do this. Right? And then, when they grow up, teenagers, now they come forward, and they think that they know everything. But what can we do? We don't have any control now. That's why my advice probably to those who have still these small kids is just keep nurturing them. Don't get frustrated that later on they will become this, they will become this, they won't listen. But no. Those values that we instill during their early ages, it will come back, it will come out. Just this morning, I was waking up my son, and let's go to the CLP. I need to give up. And then he was just saying, so what I did is, I cannot do anything. I cannot do anything. I went back to my closet. I don't know, I was trying to pick up a shirt. I don't know what to pick. My mind is troubling. I'm about to cry. And then I went to the bathroom and my wife saw me. Why are you staying at yourself? And I just cannot think why, after all, those values or those good educations that we tried to instill in our kids, why is this happening to us? So what I did is I just prayed, and okay, if it's not coming, if we go to church today with my two kids, he's not going to the church. So what I'll just do is tomorrow, I'll wake up and try to bring him to the church. And then suddenly my wife just went and tried to wake him up, and I was surprised to see him changing clothes. And you just saw him there.
I know it's something.
You see that how the Holy Spirit works, right? If I reacted differently, just like the story that what I told you, if I reacted differently, and I yelled at him, and tried to wake up, I don't know what happened. He might punch me, I might have punched him, but I choose not to do it. I just offered it to him. Okay. Let me continue that story then. So again, you had no control of what happened with the coffee. How you reacted in those 5 seconds is what caused your bad day. Here is what could have and should have happened. Coffee splashes over you. Your daughter is about to cry. You gently say, "It's okay, honey. You just need to be more careful next time." Grabbing a towel, go upstairs and change your shirt. You grab your briefcase and you come back down in time to look through the window and see your child getting on the bus. She turns and waves. You arrive 5 minutes early, cheerfully greet you. A cheerfully staff greet you. Notice the difference? Same scenarios, just two different reactions. Right? And you know, this story, it inspired me before I came to the United States. I think that was 1995. I started attending leadership trainings back home. And I got this story, it's called the 90-10 principle. You must have heard it already. And I've used it. I try to use it, that same principle. Just try to change my mindset in everything that's what's going on that I don't have any control of. If it just happens, just find another solution. It's the same with our topic today. God's plan is not happening because of these forces. Some we don't have control. Some we have control. how can we react to it then? First and foremost is to have an end in mind. That we want God's plan for our family to happen. If we don't decide to do this, all the other stuff is useless. So that's number one. We need to have that desire to make God's plan work in our families. And then we need to start build a strong family. Again, we as parents are the first teachers of our kids. We are the one who can instill them those good values. We will pray together, just like before having meals, or going to the church every Sunday, attending seminars together. And we as fathers assume the full responsibility. It's hard, especially if your wife has that strong personality, right? So wives, I'm begging to wives to give your husbands the opportunity to do the responsibility. Don't overdo it. You are there to support. Be submissive. Right? And we need to learn more about God's plan. How can we do this? This is one way. This is one path. Attending seminars. But this seminar that you're attending right now is not enough. There's a lot of other trainings or other teachings that churches are giving. In our community, we have this called MER, or Marriage Enrichment Retreat, or FER, called Family Enrichment Retreats. So there's a lot of teachings that we can attend to. And most of all, one thing that we can do is to seek other couples, especially those families that are so inclined of building the same values of a family. Right? And the best place for me and for my family is this community. Because we have the same values, we have the same purpose. So, continue the fellowship. It just doesn't end that when we attend something like this, it's stop. Oh, we know already. We know everything. It's not. Sometimes, there are some stuff that when we see a family, it becomes our role model. And you will never know. Those other families see you also as role model. So it's just sharing the good and filtering out the bad. Okay? In conclusion,
Good man.
it's just so happened that we are having our CLP in this church. And we call this church, what's the name?
The
Holy Family of Nazareth. And as a community, we are trying, the leaders have this plan in mind that to make this home church as role model or as a template when we evangelize some other churches. See, in this topic, we need to make the Holy Family of Nazareth as our model. We know Jesus. We just heard from the Bible about his life during the childhood. And then suddenly the Bible just goes straight to his preachings, right? When he's already adult. I see it in the teachings that they also encountered a lot of obstacles. They were persecuted, or they moved from place to place. So we are experiencing the same difficulties, but in spite of those, we see Jesus, how He grew. So that's our goal, or that's our hope, that our kids will have the same. Not 100% Christ-like, but at least they have those values that we instilled during their childhood. God has a plan, but evil is preventing from happening. Again, there's a lot of external forces that is preventing us from executing the plan of God for our family. So what can we do? Just pray, just pray. And if nothing happens, just do whatever we can to build that strong family, inspire other families, but most of all, we need to offer it to our God. Amen?
Amen.
All right, everybody. We have 40 minutes for sharing, and we're right on schedule. We were a little behind. We're perfect. So we will be sharing till 4 o'clock, unless you finish earlier. We have, again, 2 talks. Talk 6, loving near neighbor. Talk 7, Christian family. 1 question for each topic. So if you want to, break up into groups.
Same place.
Same place.
Yeah.
Over in the music room for the guys.
The guys.
Girls here. 20 minutes
Other
for
side.
each topic. Maximum 20 minutes for each topic. Afterwards, we'll come back for a short prayer, close, fellowship, and announcements.